On August 20th, 1966, a young boy flying his kite stumbled upon a sight so bizarre that it would perplex investigators and conspiracy theorists for decades. Two lifeless bodies lay on a hill in Niterói, Brazil. They were clad in formal suits, raincoats, and, most strangely, lead masks covering their eyes. No signs of violence, no immediate cause of death, and no clear explanation. Only a cryptic note found nearby that added even more mystery to the case. What happened to these two men? Were they victims of foul play, secret experiments, or something far more otherworldly? This is the full, detailed story of the lead masks case, a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. On that fateful day in August 1966, 18-year-old Jorge da Costa Alves was out flying his kite on Vintém Hill, a secluded area known for its steep terrain and lush vegetation. As he ventured further up, he noticed something unusual, a pair of bodies lying side by side. Alarmed, Jorge ran back to tell the authorities. When police arrived, they found the corpses of two men dressed identically in formal suits and waterproof raincoats. Most disturbingly, they both wore crudely cut lead masks over their eyes. Masks with no holes, making it impossible to see through them. Beside the bodies lay an empty water bottle, a packet of wet towels, and a small notebook containing a perplexing handwritten note. 1630 be at the specified location. 1830 ingest capsules. After effect protect metals. Wait for signal. Mask. There was no sign of struggle, no visible wounds, and nothing to immediately suggest how these men had died. The scene looked almost ritualistic, as if they had been waiting for something that never came. Authorities quickly identified the bodies as belonging to Manuel Pereira de Cruz and Miguel José Viana, two electronic technicians from Campos dos Goitacazes, a town over 170 miles away. The men were well respected, responsible, and by all accounts not involved in any criminal activity. In the days leading up to their deaths, Manuel and Miguel told their families they were traveling to São Paulo to buy work-related equipment. Instead, they took a bus to Niterói, checked into a hotel, and purchased raincoats at a local store. The hotel staff later recalled that the men seemed anxious and in a hurry. When Miguel entered the hotel bar to buy a bottle of water, he appeared nervous and frequently checked his watch, as if following a strict schedule. What were they waiting for? And what did they believe would happen when they followed the instructions in the cryptic note? Autopsies were conducted, but they failed to determine a definitive cause of death. Due to bureaucratic delays and poor handling of the case, the bodies were too decomposed for toxicology tests, meaning that if they had ingested the mentioned capsules, no one would ever know what they contained. The absence of external injuries ruled out an obvious attack. The lead masks, however, remained a major point of intrigue. Investigators theorized that they might have been used to shield the men's eyes from radiation or some unknown energy. But from where? As police retraced their steps, they discovered that Miguel and Manuel had been deeply interested in UFOs and spiritual experiments. Several friends and colleagues reported that the two were part of a secret group that sought to communicate with extraterrestrials and supernatural forces using homemade electronic devices. This revelation led to chilling speculation. Were they attempting to make contact with aliens? One of the most widely believed theories is that Manuel and Miguel were attempting a scientific or spiritual experiment involving extraterrestrial communication. Some ufologists claim that the men may have been expecting a UFO encounter and that the lead masks were meant to protect their eyes from intense light or radiation, similar to descriptions from other alleged alien encounters. Adding weight to this theory, there were multiple reports of strange lights in the sky over Niterói on the night of their deaths. Witnesses described bright orange and blue orbs hovering over Vintém Hill, and some even claimed they saw a disc-shaped craft descend in the area. Did Manuel and Miguel succeed in their experiment, but with deadly consequences? Did they unknowingly expose themselves to something their bodies couldn't handle? Another theory suggests that the two men were part of a spiritualist cult practicing a form of espiritismo, a belief system popular in Brazil that blends Catholicism with mysticism and communication with the dead. According to some sources, Manuel and Miguel had been trying to harness cosmic energy through meditation and electronics. It's possible they were convinced that taking specific steps, being in a remote location, at a precise time, with lead masks, would grant them a higher understanding or even open a portal to another realm. But if that was their goal, something went terribly wrong. Did they willingly ingest poison as part of a ritual, believing they would ascend spiritually? Or did someone else deceive them, giving them lethal capsules under false pretenses? While the more supernatural explanations are fascinating, some investigators lean toward a more earthly explanation: murder or accidental poisoning. Some theories suggest that Manuel and Miguel were involved in the black market trade of radioactive materials, and their deaths were the result of a botched deal. The lead masks, in this case, would have been used to protect against radiation exposure. If they had planned to ingest something that would shield their bodies from radiation, they may have been poisoned instead. Another possibility is that someone lured them to Vintem Hill with the promise of a powerful scientific or spiritual discovery, only to kill them. But if that's the case, why leave the bodies undisturbed with their masks still intact? The lack of evidence left police with no definitive suspect, and the case quickly grew cold. Despite decades of speculation, the lead masks case remains unsolved. Were these men misguided scientists, victims of a cult-like ritual, or tragic casualties of an experiment gone wrong? Did they truly believe they were on the verge of making contact with something beyond our understanding? Their lead masks, their cryptic note, and the eerie circumstances surrounding their deaths continue to baffle experts and truth seekers alike. One thing is certain: on that night in 1966, Manuel and Miguel set out with a purpose, following a plan they believed would lead them to something extraordinary. But instead of answers, they left behind one of the strangest mysteries in modern history. And so, the legend of the lead masks case endures, a chilling reminder that even in the age of science and reason, there are still secrets waiting to be uncovered. What do you think really happened? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And if you found this story intriguing, make sure to like and subscribe for more unsolved mysteries. Did they ascend to another plane of existence, or were they simply victims of their own ambition? The truth, for now, remains hidden, just like the reason behind the lead masks they wore. The answer is out there, somewhere,